Louise! It was great to see you again earlier.
Oh, Luna. Sure, me too.
I see you're as gloomy as ever. We finally got to meet again 3 years after you left the company. You should be a little more pleased.
Well, to be honest, I'm not pleased.
What? Why? I'm your big brother's fiancée, you know. Your future sister-in-law. I'll be your big sister before long.
The thought of the person responsible for getting me chased out of the company being my brother's fiancé is more than a little unpleasant.
Oh, come on. That was way back.
Way back? To me, it was only 3 years ago. I got fired because you spread a rumor that I was stalking one of the company executives. To tell you the truth, seeing your face again made me feel sick. Or rather, I actually threw up.
Oh, so that's why you disappeared halfway through, LOL. Don't exaggerate. Anyway, mine and Tommy's marriage is already decided. So do your best to get used to me, okay?
Hey, big bro, there's something I want to talk to you about. Can you give me a minute?
What is it? I don't have time to waste on you. Make it quick.
Thanks. It's about Luna.
Huh? What about Luna?
Did you know she was my coworker at the company I used to work at?
Yeah, I heard yesterday. She was the only one who had your back when you were being accused of stalking, right?
What?
You're lucky someone kind enough to help the likes of you is going to be your sister-in-law. After we get married, you better do everything she says and get out of your way to make her happy.
That's not true.
Huh?
It's not true. She's the one who spread the stalking rumor in the first place.
What? Watch your mouth! Do not insult my fiancé!
But...
What the hell is with you? Who would try to discredit such an amazing woman? No way. Could it be that you actually were stalking him back then?
No, I wasn't. What I said about Luna is true.
I just spoke to Mom, Dad, and Luna about what you said.
Huh?
Luna broke down in tears, and Mom and Dad sighed at what an embarrassment of a daughter you are.
Are you all together?
The four of us are at a restaurant now.
But what about me?
If you were here, you'd cause a gloomy atmosphere. Anyway, looks like we did the right thing not to bring you. Get out of the house!
What?
You're not getting away with insulting my fiancée. At this rate, you'd probably end up bullying her when she moves in after we get married.
I wouldn't do that.
I don't trust you. Here's a message from Dad. You have until the end of this week to find somewhere else to live and get out. That's what he said.
Even if you say that all of a sudden...
You turned into a neat shut-in after getting fired from your last job. This is just the medicine you need.
A neat shut-in? I told you, I work from home. If not for Luna, I wouldn't be so anxious about going out and working in an office in the first place.
Don't change the subject. Do not insult the person I love. Get your stuff together and get out.
Right. No matter what I say, you won't believe me, will you?
That's because I have no reason to believe you. Even way back when. Ever since you were a kid, whenever you were asked to do something, you'd always do a second-rate job. You're nothing like me. Everyone's always loved me because I've walked the elite's path my whole life.
Fine. I'll leave soon. In any case, I can't look at Luna's face without wanting to throw up. So I can't live with her anyway.
I said, do not insult my fiancé!
Once I'm gone, I'll never contact you again.
Great. Please don't.
Hey, Louise, I heard. You got kicked out of the house, huh? What a relief.
Does it really make you that happy?
Well, I was kind of looking forward to bullying you into submission. But I'll be less stressed with you gone, so I guess I'm grateful.
I see.
Anyway, hurry and get out, okay? Because I'll be having your bedroom when you're gone.
I'm sure you'll take great pleasure in that. I was only ever nothing but an obstacle to you after all.
Toodles!
Louise, it's been a while.
Who's this?
I think you know. It's Tommy, your big brother.
What do you want?
Hey, show some respect. That's no way to talk to me after I went out of my way to contact you. The rudest person I've met in my life.
Rude? What do you mean?
You didn't tell your family you got married, did you?
Oh, that. I did tell you that I'd never contact you again after I left the house. And you're the one who agreed with me. I'm not even sure why I didn't block you.
Cut the crap. More importantly, I have something important to talk to you about.
What?
I need you to get me $75,000 before the end of the month.
What?
Don't bother trying to hide it. I know you married an up-and-coming young businessman.
Oh, you know.
One of my coworkers is your old classmate. I was shocked when he first told me.
Is that what you meant just now when you called me rude?
That's right. I'll consider your apology included in the $75,000. You're finally going to do something useful for our family. You should be honored.
LOL. I did wonder what you were gonna say.
Huh?
Is this domineering attitude really the way to speak to someone you're asking a favor from? Because all I can hear is a desperate little man with delusions of grandeur throwing a tantrum.
What did you just say? I don't need to hear that from someone who just married a guy for his money!
I'm not sure what exactly you think is going on here, but me and him started dating back in high school.
Huh?
I didn't want you bad-mouthing him too, so I hid the fact I had a boyfriend. We've been dating for over 10 years, so he's fully aware of my family's circumstances. And when I was accused of being a stalker and chased out of my job, he believed me and stayed by my side. We decided we wouldn't be introducing him or announcing the marriage to you after discussing it with his parents.
That's a different matter! Getting hold of the $75,000 is your duty for your family!
What do you want $75,000 for?
Huh?
You say it so casually, but that's a lot of money. You think I'm just gonna do what you say without a reason?
We're renovating the house. It's your family home too, so it's the least you could do.
Nope.
What?
But even putting that aside, I don't trust your reason for wanting it in the first place.
Watch your mouth!
So yeah, basically, this conversation's over.
Wait!
Bye!
Wow, Louise, you married that young businessman? That's amazing! You did well to bag yourself such a high-spec guy.
What?
Hurry up and introduce me to him.
Why?
He's wasted on you, so I'll take him off your hands.
Is this why you contacted me after 5 years? Are you crazy?
Well, someone's self-assured.
You're my brother's wife. You are aware that a relationship with anyone but my brother would be cheating, right?
Ew, look who's all cocky now. I understand that marrying such a high-spec guy probably gave you a confidence boost.
Is that all you wanted to say?
What?
My brother contacted me yesterday as well. The things he said were equally moronic. You're the perfect couple.
Hey!
I bet you're here to pester me for cash, right?
Huh?
My brother ordered me to give him $75,000 out of the blue. I thought it was weird. So I asked a friend who I thought might be in the know. When I did, I found out that you're in $75,000 worth of debt And the reason it's so high is because you borrowed from a black market company. So it snowballed into $75,000 because of the absurd interest rates.
I didn't know it was a legal loan.
You should research who you're going into business with before you do any business with them. Even if you lose everything, they won't let you off the hook till you've paid them back every penny. And what's more, you borrowed in my brother's and parents' names too, didn't you?
Well, I couldn't borrow under my own name anymore.
Even so, that doesn't mean you should drag your husband and his parents into your mess.
I will be spoken to like that by someone who got booted out.
You're right, but I'd never treat my husband or his family like that. They're too important to me.
Huh?
As far as being wives, our positions are the same. But if it had been me, I would never cause so much trouble for my husband or his parents. That's why I'm criticizing you.
Fine. Can I have $75,000 then? I'm willing to take back what I said about taking your husband from you. But if you don't want your husband to find out about your stalker past, I suggest you get me that $75,000 immediately.
You do know that misunderstanding was cleared up, right?
No, LOL. It ended with you getting fired. Surely you can see it's going to take a miracle for him to believe you.
Good grief, you're something else. Hey, Luna. Has it not occurred to you that you reach a point of no return after going through life as such a dimwit for so long?
What do you mean?
I told my brother too. Me and my husband have been dating since high school.
Huh? High school?
So he knows about the whole stalker affair. He also knows it was a misunderstanding. He also knows that it was you who spread the rumor. Also, he knows the person who was really stalking the executive was you, Luna.
Huh? That's nonsense.
My husband hired a private investigator to look into it back then.
A private investigator?
Moving behind the scenes, he gathered evidence proving that I wasn't the one doing the stalking. The only reason I didn't release your name at the time is because I didn't want to deal with the hassle of you resenting me.
Wait, you're lying, right?
My husband had my back the whole time, and we watched it all unfold together. That's why your threat is meaningless. He wouldn't give a suspicious woman like you the time of day anyway. It goes without saying, but I won't be helping my brother or parents either.
That being the case, good luck paying off the debt entirely on your own.
So, that $75,000 worth of debt was apparently from when she ended up having an affair with the executive she'd been stalking. She started paying him contributions so he wouldn't dump her, which eventually amounted to $75,000. My brother found out the truth, but he was so proud of his reputation as being elite that he lacked the courage to go through with a divorce due to how it might affect his image in the eyes of the world. He attempted to have me, his little sister, who he looks down on and sees as gullible, take on the debt on their behalf. Sadly, that ended in failure. To add insult to injury, some scary-looking debt collectors began a merciless assault on my brother's workplace. When word of his massive debt got out, he voluntarily resigned before they could fire him. Him and my parents had to give up their house, and he and Luna, who started working night jobs, got divorced. Now, they're all spending their days separately, working themselves to exhaustion to pay off the debt.
You never wear red clothes, right, Alan? You don't even own a single red piece of clothing, right?
What, red? Yep, I don't have any red clothing, I guess.
Why?
Oh, I guess I never told you why. Apparently, I don't look good in red or other such warm colors. Everyone around me says I look better in cool colors like blue, so that's how I've been dressing ever since.
I see. But my ex-boyfriend Lewis looked so good in red.
Huh?
I unconsciously bought a red t-shirt that he would look good in. But I can't wear this, so why don't you try it on? If you don't want to wear it outdoors, then why not just wear it indoors?
I don't mind wearing it, but why do you have to bring up your ex-boyfriend?
Huh? There's no real reason. Why?
Even still, you talk about your ex-boyfriend with me and unconsciously buy something for him. It makes me a bit uncomfortable.
You're thinking too much into this.
Don't you realize that you talk about your ex-boyfriend every day?
I'm just talking about some memories that I have. No need to be so suspicious. Well then, I'll be at the shopping mall a bit longer.
Hey, Vicky.
What is it, Alan?
I'm currently on break at the office and...
What?
The lunch you gave me? Why did you use Kimetsu no Yaiba furikake?
What? You don't like it?
I mean, the furikake is just regular furikake, so I don't mind, but the things you put in my lunchbox, aren't these foods that one of the characters from the manga likes? The sweets as well?
Oh, well, you see, I remembered that my ex-boyfriend loved that manga. The character that loves those foods was my ex-boyfriend's favorite character from the manga. My lunchbox has the same stuff.
Your ex-boyfriend again.
Huh?
The reason you put so many sweets into my lunchbox, even though you know I don't like sweets, is because of your ex-boyfriend again, right?
Oh, but my ex-boyfriend would have loved it.
Yeah, but I don't love it. If the two of us ever have children...
Huh? Children?
There's a chance that you will continue unconsciously talking about your ex-boyfriend every day. And I'm not even exaggerating. That's why I always remind you about it, even though it may seem like I'm just being annoying.
I might be reunited with my ex-boyfriend, so it's fine if our children hear.
Huh?
What I'm trying to tell you is, I want to get back together with my ex-boyfriend, so I don't want to have children with you.
Hold on. Don't you realize that what you're saying is outrageous? Didn't your ex-boyfriend already get married? You said that yourself, right?
Yes, but according to information from a friend, it seems that he hasn't had children with his wife yet. Which means that if the two of them get divorced, I would get a chance to get back together with him. But if the two of us had children, all the business about custody of the children and bringing a child to another marriage would be a hassle, right? Which is why I don't want children.
What? Then why didn't you marry him in the first place?
Huh?
You keep talking about your ex-boyfriend because you still have feelings for him, right?
Ew, are you getting upset?
Anyone would be in my situation. Day after day, you keep talking about your ex-boyfriend. Have you ever thought about how I feel?
You're such a pain in the ass. Don't be jealous of my ex-boyfriend. Always with your complaints. You're such a small person.
That's not the problem.
I can't help it. I only broke up with my ex-boyfriend because I found out right before we were about to graduate university that he hadn't found a job yet. It was about 2 years after that when I found out that he had started his own business while still a student, which means he never needed to find a job in the first place. If I had known that from the start, then I never would have broken up with him, and we might still be together to this day. Who knows? Maybe he still has feelings for me.
I'm impressed at how you can entertain such fantasies when he's already married and on a different path in life.
But there's still a possibility that he'll get divorced, right? Which is why I don't want you to talk about the two of us having children.
Then go to your ex-boyfriend then.
What?
I don't know how your ex-boyfriend sees you, but I for one have had enough. We're getting divorced. I'm thinking about getting the divorce papers from the city hall on my way home from work. But if you're ready to get divorced as well, then I don't mind if you begin the preparations. Well then, I'll get back to work.
Alan, I turned the divorce papers to City Hall.
I see. So you're okay with divorce?
Yep. Oh, I don't need any of your property. I'll pay for the alimony from my savings when I was single as well. I already sent you the money.
You seem quite enthusiastic.
You see, I had one of my friends who lives near my ex-boyfriend do some digging yesterday. She said Lewis was on his own the whole time and she couldn't see his wife. This must mean that marriage didn't go well and they got divorced. Or that at least they're living separately. It seems that I'm fated to be with him. It's fine if I don't work anymore once I marry him, since he's the owner of a company.
Is that so?
Well, I'll pack my stuff and go where he is by today. Thanks for divorcing me at such a good time. Bye! Lewis, aren't you coming home yet?
Who is this?
It's me, Vicky.
Vicky?
Come on, don't pretend you don't remember me. We went out until we graduated university, right?
Oh, that Vicky?
I'm so glad you didn't change your phone number.
What do you want with someone you broke up with years ago?
I thought that we could get back together, so I came.
What? I'm already married, you know.
I know. And you recently got divorced, right?
No, we didn't.
Oh, so you're just living separately?
Well, yes, we are living separately, but we have no intention of getting divorced.
What?
It's been decided that we will move in with her parents. I haven't prepared to move yet because of work, so my pregnant wife moved there on her own first.
What? Pregnant? What are you doing? Don't you know that if you have children, you'll have to deal with stuff like who gets custody of the child and child support? It's going to be a real hassle. That's why I made sure not to have any children with my ex-husband, because we would eventually get back together. You just ruined all my efforts.
What are you talking about? To be honest, I have basically forgotten about you.
What?
Besides, I have no intention of getting back together with someone who didn't listen to a thing I said and just kept insulting me.
Huh? You're lying, right?
Don't you think it's only natural?
Come on, let's just talk for a bit, even once. You see, I got divorced just so we could get back together.
I don't understand in the first place how you ever thought that we would get back together.
I'll wait for you outside your room until you finish working.
Are you at a apartment right now?
Yep, I am. I'll be here until you come meet me.
I left that apartment 1 week ago.
Huh?
The contract renewal at the apartment was going to be at a bad time for me, so I'm temporarily living in a hotel.
No way! You're not here anymore?
I don't want you to come anywhere near me again, and I don't want you to contact me either. You're a nuisance to me.
You're joking, right?
I'm blocking you. Bye.
But this must be a joke, right? Lewis? Alan, I realized since then that actually you're the one I love the most. I'll bring the marriage papers and come over, so let's be husband and wife again, shall we?
What? Jesus, you're back already?
Yep, I'll make all the foods that you like tonight.
I'm sorry, but that's going to be a problem for me.
What?
Wanting to get back together the day you got divorced is crazy no matter how you look at it. Besides, I have no intention of getting back together with you.
I promise to never talk about my ex-boyfriend again. That's what you're mad about, right? I talked to my ex-boyfriend just earlier, and he said that his wife is pregnant, which means that if they got divorced, having to deal with who gets custody of the child and who has to pay child support is going to be a hassle. He said we really couldn't come to an agreement, and in the end, he told me he didn't want to see me again.
Is that so? Even if that's the case, I'm 120% not getting back together with you.
Why? I said I wouldn't talk about my ex-boyfriend again.
But you're lying right now as to the reason he didn't want to get back together with you?
What?
Your ex-boyfriend Luis showed me the conversation you two had when you went to meet him.
Huh? You two knew each other?
What are you talking about? We all went to the same university, remember? I wasn't really close to Luis, but I had exchanged contact information with him since he was a friend of a friend. He just told me what had happened earlier. He even sent me screenshots of the conversation you two had. So I know everything.
Huh? No way.
Well, that's the situation. I have zero intention of starting things over with you.
Please, Alan. You're divorcing me over something as little as this?
The fact that you think this is just something little is proof that we can't make things work anymore.
Alan, please. I promise to change.
If you come, I'll call the police. I don't ever want to see you again.
What? No way. I have nowhere to go if you leave me like this.
I'm blocking you. Bye. It was about 3 months into our marriage when Vicky started to talk about her ex-boyfriend Luis every day. This is also about the time when Luis got married and a friend told her that he was actually the CEO of a company, according to Luis. Vicky has a habit of thinking that something that was once hers is hers forever. Which is probably why she probably wanted to get back together with me, even though I was already married when she found out that I ran a business. Also, it seems she went to meet Luis one more time after that, and this time the police came for her. Her parents were furious, and without a word they sent her to marry a distant relative of hers, a single man in his 50s. I have no idea why Vicky agreed to marrying him, but I guess I'll never be able to understand the way that woman thinks. Still though, I don't know what gave her parents the idea of making her marry this distant relative of theirs. Soon after, it was revealed that she was pregnant. Talking about this honestly makes me sick. But apparently this distant relative of hers, who is now her husband, plans on having 5 more children, which means that Vicky will be forced to spend the rest of her life raising children.